Hey guys, Veebat here with another V-Plays. Taking a look at the F-94D Starfire. This aircraft is very unique when you're talking about the American multi-role line. It's off of the Corsair line that eventually culminates in the Cutlass, which I've already done a video of. This aircraft has no air-to-ground ordnance whatsoever. It's only a multi-role in name. This aircraft has very poor maneuverability, but has a very unique set of munitions. So the most notable is going to be the fact that this thing carries something called an M61 Vulcan. There it is. Very high rate of fire. It is a single gun, but it does 800 damage a second, and it overheats very, very rapidly, but it also cools down just as fast. On top of that, this aircraft carries air-to-air rockets, very much like the German aircraft get in their multi-role as well as heavy line. Now, what's unique about this airframe, though, is that these rockets do far more damage than the German rockets do and will kill another fighter aircraft outright in a single pass with these rockets. Now, we don't want to get into that engagement because we'd be by ourselves, so let's showcase what these guns can do against a ground pounder, because this is where they really excel. Moving in on the target, decent range on these. We'll do a couple ranging shots. There it is. We'll let these things sing until it overheats. And now we're going to try a rocket burst. Got him. Now I did use the full burst of rockets on this one. It may have been unnecessary, but we gave it a shot anyways. And we did a decent amount of damage on that target and eliminated him as a threat to this airfield. Those rockets regen relatively quickly when you think about the grand scope of things, because by the time you need them again, they should be around. There's that damage. That hit registration is pretty good. And we are too fast. Like we talked about before, the maneuverability isn't so great, but it does have the speed available for it, so it can intercept fairly well. So let's see what we can do against this F-7U. He can go about as high as I can, so if he's not in the right area, neither am I. Nope, he's gone. There's another ground attacker over here. We're going to use that speed to our advantage and try and get down towards this target. Since the aircraft isn't maneuverable, we have opted for engine tuning as well as aircraft polish in order to make this thing better at doing what it does normally, which is just go in a straight line very effectively and operate as a true interceptor, which is what this aircraft was designed as to begin with. We're going to slam on the brakes here to maximize the amount of time we can keep these guns singing on this target, because we don't want these guys to get these ground sights. Look at that, gun's already cooled down, and one target down. We got another one ahead of us. It is a 20, so it will cause an increased chance of critical damage. There goes his tail. We don't want it to burp like that. Let's get the rounds out. So we killed both of those guys outright. Let's move towards the middle and try and counter this other GA. We do have a rockets pack already, and as long as we can keep that airfield, we should be able to get a heal off of it. So let's try and keep that thing if we can, although it looks problematic. Nope, couldn't get the guns on target. Oh, I got it. Get out of my zone regardless. You're next. Vengeance is mine. You took my airbase. Oh. Well, you already passed. The rockets do take a second to actually engage. So let's get down here. This is a player. We're going to try and do a lead shot, which is very hard with rockets. So let's... Nope. Gun conversion. Nope. That missed too. And he's going to get his guns on us because he's a player. Get out of there. Piloted in this aircraft is no bueno. Looks like we're already having some problems. Peel off. Here's a non-heavy target right here. Massive damage done. Took him out. This guy turned. Mistake on his part. Hey, bud. Yep. Can't risk that. Let's try again. Got him, finally. And we still have GAs over here, 3 of them in fact. And we're pretty much the only ones countering him at this stage. So let's try and see if we can get behind this one since he is moving away. Engine's out. Let's get that back up. That tail gunner is wrecking us, so let's get a little bit of separation. We lost that zone. Oh, I thought we got him there. Want a Rocketeer, darn it. Nope. Not gonna get it this time. Oh, I guess we do still have this zone. I thought we lost it. That's a player. Surprised he didn't take the opportunity to shoot me. If you guys are ever in a GA and you see an aircraft that you can shoot at, shoot it. Again, his tail gunner is going to get on me, so let's get a little bit of separation and come back when we want to. We almost hit that bomb. That's Bud again. We gotta get a kill. Although I doubt we'll get it on this pass. Let's get away from him while we can. Really surprising that these GAs are taking advantage of the opportunity to shoot at me. Spoke too soon. I don't know how that just happened. Oh, I just caused enough damage. Rockets are just about back. We're getting a little bit of heal on here. That plane should be gone in a moment. Got him. Takes a lot more rockets to go after a ground attacker like that. And there's the last plane. Good job, guys. We did it.
Victory is ours.
Like I said, this aircraft is pretty good for what it is, and it is a very unique platform that is meant to use its massive power in the gun to be able to counter a heavily armored aircraft, as well as use the rockets to augment that power, especially punishing bot heavies that like to head on people. Now, if you've ever gone up against a bot and gotten rammed, I'm not sure if it's in the programming, but I'm guessing that it does its own computation as to whether or not it'll survive, or at the very least kill you, and then rams if it wants to. As long as you're not a heavy, that's pretty typical that it'll do that. In this aircraft, you can punish that by launching a volley of rockets at that heavy and knocking out that bot wholeheartedly in one salvo, so pretty nasty. Now, we do have another skill point unlocked here, and I may look at re-speccing this thing for full accuracy, because you know how much I love accuracy builds, but you absolutely need Rocketeer, which takes away 2 of your skill points from your possible pool. So you need this. If you want to run this aircraft properly, use Rocketeer, put it on the aircraft. That's what's really going to tip it over the scales when it comes to its unique capabilities, being able to carry this rocket loadout. You are going to need to put on the radio sight, which is going to give you 15% accuracy, and Marksman 1 at the very least is very helpful in this instance. Now, like I said, this aircraft can't turn. It's got a 13-second turn time, which is on par with some heavies, or at least relatively close. So in order for you to maintain the advantage in some of those turning fights, you're just not going to turn. You're going to boost out of there using your engine tuning as well as your polish, and you guys saw how fast I was able to get this aircraft. up to, we're looking at 587 in a straight line, which is enough for you to be able to disengage from things that you can outrun, and things you can't outrun you can theoretically turn on and be able to get the tables flipped around using your rockets and gun. Here is that 20mm Vulcan I mentioned before, 3,000 rounds a minute. You guys saw how many rounds were coming out, decent range, nearly 2,700 feet. We fired a few ranging shots as we were closing. Jet engine aircraft, when you're doing the fighting in these, once you get up to tier 8, tier 9, things start moving a lot quicker, so you are probably going to have to start firing just a little bit before you're actually on target or inside of your normal range, enough that you can start getting those hit whiskers. So you can see we'll cause damage all the way out to 3,363 feet. So once we get at about 3,000 or so feet out, I start firing a few test bursts just to make sure that I got proper lead based on their speed, and then I will let loose with the full power of this cannon. This works very well against fighters, especially since you can blow them away pretty quickly with this 800 damage per second, compared to if you were going after those GAs. You saw how much it took to take those things out, and they're well over 2,000 hit points each. Now, if you decide that you're not going to go with a full upgrade and you're just going to beeline it for the Cutlass, you can get these autocannons, and these autocannons are the same guns that are the max guns on the F-2H, which is a tier 9 heavy, same as the XF-90, albeit there's only 4, not a total of 6 like on the XF-90. It also is the same gun sets on the F-7U and the F-6U, so very comparable in that respect, and it's totally doable to fly this thing with the 420s, but if you're going to keep it, get the Vulcan. It's going to be awesome, and even if you're not, get the rockets, because the rockets are really strong and a lot of fun to use, and a great way to be able to build up some Rocketeer medals if you want to get those. It makes it a lot more satisfying to get targets knocked out utilizing that. It's also one of the few multi-role fighters that's got a 2-seater in it, so pretty cool. Rub-a-dub-dub, 2 men in a tub. You can see I obviously like this aircraft because I got my 4 marks for killing aircraft in it. So if you guys liked the video, like, favorite, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you like, what you didn't like, and we'll see if we can keep improving these, and I'll keep churning them out. I'll try to do it as close to daily as I possibly can, and I'll build up a nice backlog so I can send them out on timed releases. So have a good one.